What's up, guys? I don't know about you, but I am super excited. I just watched the Destiny 2 Year 2 Forsaken reveal on Twitch a while ago, and I definitely wanted to go through the trailers and the stream again just to make sure I have all the right information that I'm going to be putting out in this video. And obviously, we're going to be going over what is coming in Forsaken and all the new changes that are going to be coming into the game. This is going to combine the trailer, the stream, and some Bungie news info that they actually dropped on their website. So let's get right into it. The new Forsaken expansion combines everything we've been wanting and asking for in a Destiny game for the past 4 years, so I'm really excited. It has a Western vibe, and we're going to be taking on a different role than we usually do as a Guardian. It's going to be at a barren landscape out in the asteroids of the Reef. There's even going to be tumbleweeds, apparently, so it's going to be a real, like, cowboy vibe, essentially. How the story will go is that Cade has been filling this prison for a while with a lot of bad guys and the prison of elders out in the Reef, and essentially they all break out, which is typical in, like, any type of story, like, so they're trying to do something good and then something bad happens in return. So the first destination we're going to be going to is called the Tangled Shore, which is a different part of the Reef we haven't encountered. In the 4 years of Destiny, we've encountered like some maps and we've encountered some social spaces in the Reef, but other than that, we haven't really been out into the wilderness of the Reef. We're going to be dealing with a new enemy faction of the Fallen called the Scorn. They're essentially a bunch of pirates, assassins, and thieves. They've taken over the area, and it's basically become a lawless frontier. The Barons, which are the Fallen leaders, and they've basically committed like a bunch of various crimes, and essentially we'll be hunting them, and they are the worst of the worst criminals in Destiny 2's history, which is pretty awesome. So I'm glad we're going to be hunting down some big names in the game right now. To get these Barons, you must go on a Baron hunt to take them down, and they each possess different skills and tactics to basically counter anything that you have. So for example, there's going to be one that's a sniper, and it's basically going to be like a long range shootout between you and this other sniper. Another one's like the Hulk and has a lot of melee damage and has a lot of health, and is going to be coming at you, which is going to be pretty awesome. So there's going to be a lot of various types of bosses. There's going to be a brand new weapon system, so if you want to play like it was Destiny 1 with primary, secondary, heavy ammo can, if you want to play like Destiny 2 with the kinetic energy and power slots, you can do that, or you can even put on 3 shotguns. So this new weapon system is going to allow for a lot of playability, and this is something the community has been asking for a long time. Plus, random rolls are returning, so all the weapons will have random rolls when they drop. So a Scathelocke can have kill clip, or it can have under pressure like it usually does. So also the mod system is going to be changing as well, so you can customize that weapon the way you want it specifically. There's also going to be all new supers inside of these subclasses for every single character, so I'm super excited. It looks like the Striker is getting a long-range one-hit smash like it usually did in Destiny 1. I'm assuming it's going to do a lot more damage than the other Striker Titan. The Golden Gun is receiving Fire Knives, which looks like you just throw out a bunch of flaming knives in a general direction, and it looks like it'll just like either chop some people up or light them on fire or something, I don't know. Sunbreaker is receiving a big hammer. It's going to be like the Iron Lord axe in Destiny 1 Rise of Iron, except when you like smash the ground, it sends out like obviously like a line of fire, but then there's also a fire tornado that actually spawns on an enemy when you hit it, so it's going to be pretty cool. Arcstrider will be getting a blocking feature. I don't know if this is a new tree or just part of what the Arcstrider will be able to do. Voidwalker is receiving teleportation and a area of effect attack that can activate when you want it to. So basically, like, you're going to be like this super fast teleporting warlock. It's almost like Stormcaller, except you just like explode like whenever you want, which is awesome. The Stormcaller is getting an arc laser beam that actually looks insane. They said it's going to be broken, but still it's going to look pretty awesome. Basically just fire like a pinpoint laser out of your hand. It's going to be sick. The Night Stalker is also getting like an arc blade would have in Destiny 1, except they have 2 knives you can dodge around and stuff, which is going to be pretty awesome. We are receiving a new weapon type, the bow. There's a short, medium, and long-range bow for a variety of playstyles. It seems to almost be like a sniper, and I can't wait to make some huge plays. And obviously, it's going to be a little different than guns because you have the air time for the arrow versus bullets, but still, it's going to be very entertaining to figure out what these are. We'll also be receiving a new game mode that incorporates PvE and PvP called Gambit. It seems to be run by one of Cade's friends. I'm assuming we'll learn the lore and the backstory on him whenever the expansion drops, but essentially you start off with the teams being in their own separate arenas. You'll be assaulted by enemies which drop motes. You need to collect and bank them. When you bank them, you send a blocker to the other side, which is the enemy team's arena, which locks the other team's bank down so they can't put in any motes. Once you drop the blocker, you can put the motes back in. You must put in a certain amount of motes to summon a main boss, and once you drop the main boss, that round is over for the game. You can also allow one person from your team to go to the other side and invade the enemy team's arena, stopping them from collecting motes and dropping their bosses. Essentially, you can drop them. Like, you can go over with a rocket launcher, boom, you can go over with the colony, drop their whole team so they can stop collecting motes and putting them in their bank, which is going to be pretty interesting. It's definitely going to be an interesting mode, and I'm really excited for it because everybody's been waiting for a mode kind of like this. It's like a mix between Prison of Elders and like the Crucible, right? So it's going to be very entertaining. We also get some raid info. So the new raid will have more bosses than any other raid, and it looks like it'll either be Fallen or Taken themed. Hopefully we get to face some Scorn bosses instead of like Taken, because we've already dealt enough with the Hive already. The raid is also more than just going in and defeating bosses, right? It's about the first awoken city, the Dreaming City, where the raid's going to be taking place. It's going to be the end game destination that has a lot of puzzles and mysteries that will be discovered over time. So new parts of the destination will be unlocked over time, and we'll be able to discover some new stuff about the lore and some new areas inside of the Dreaming City. Obviously, the Awoken, we don't know a lot about them, and we haven't really experienced them a lot, so getting to know about them is going to be pretty sick, and like what their ways are. A collections tab is also going to be coming into the game. This will be the new way to track every single item you've attained or will attain in your Destiny 2 experience. So if you delete something and you want to get it back, you must complete a certain activity or purchase it through the collections tab, which this essentially is going to be the new kiosk for items. There are going to be over 2,000 items for when Forsaken drops. That includes all the stuff we have now. So it's going to be nuts. You could collect anything from exotics, weapons, armor, ghosts, vehicles, and flare, which consists of emblems and shaders. We'll also be receiving triumphs. So triumphs are something that acknowledges what you've achieved or what you can achieve inside of the Destiny 2 experience. It will tie into records and lore as well. My name is Bife, has been wanting a lore tab for a long time, and I'm happy this is coming in because he's going to be happy, and we're going to be getting a lot more lore videos from him and whatnot. I just wanted to make that comment there because I know he's talked about it before. But triumphs are things you can earn by achieving or completing certain activities. Some of the sections are going to be called Gambit, PvP, Vanguard, and lore, and that's just only half the categories. They want this expansion to feel like it's always changing and never ending, right? With this big of an area and this many activities and this with this many items and stuff to do, I'm hoping that everybody doesn't grind it within the first month and it's like, oh, I'm done with it. This way of the game, how it's going to go, it's going to be a continuation onto what we have in the Destiny 2 experience now, and it's going to make it feel a lot better, and we're going to have a lot more to do. There's also going to be an annual pass, which is going to be a different way to actually purchase some of the new in-game content that is going to be released to the game. So there are 3 different releases for the future roadmap of the Forsaken expansion: the Black Armory, which is going to come this winter, the Joker's Wild, which is next spring, and the Penumbra, which is next summer. So this is going to give you what you want more often and being able to play how you would like to play, right? Whether you want all these expansions, like if you want to play them all, or if you don't want to play them all. So you can do what you want kind of there. Basically, these expansions will offer new endgame challenges, gear and rewards, new and old exotics, new activities, new triumphs to achieve, and new lore to discover and collect. So I'm assuming those things are going to be tied inside the collections and triumphs tabs as well. They're telling a story, but how Deej explains it is that it's going to be your story. Like there's going to be a few less cutscenes, obviously, but it's going to be more focused on you and what you want your story to be inside the game. Lastly, I do want to go over the roadmap. Obviously, 1.2.1 has been dropped. The next update is going to be July 17th, which is in a few weeks here. The 1.2.3 update is going to be called Solstice of Heroes. So we will be receiving a Solstice of Heroes seasonal event. 6v6 quick play is coming. There's going to be a permanent Rumble playlist for the Crucible. That's awesome. There's going to be bounties. They're going to explain more about that in the future. Obviously, we're going to get expansion 1 and 2 raid layer prestige modes. There's going to be some different things we need to do in there to be able to achieve some of the ornaments for those. PC clan chat text. I don't know. I don't play PC, so I don't have to worry about it. Year 1 triumphs. So triumphs will be coming a little early than year 2, but still we will be able to expand upon it when year 2 comes out. Plus, we're getting more exotic armor changes, just like with the previous exotics, like the Synthesaps line Rampart, Mechaneer's Trick Sleeves, the Dragon Shadow, Sunbracers, and Lunafaction Boots. So we're going to be getting more updates to those exotic pieces of armor that feel weak. In year 2, the 2.0.0 update, which is going to be Forsaken, September 4th is when it's going to drop. We'll be getting gear collections. Obviously, we talked about that. In-game triumphs, weapon slot changes. We kind of talked about that a little bit because from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2, the weapon slot changes. Basically everything that was a secondary or power weapon is in the power slot now in Destiny 2, and now in year 2 you can have 3 shotguns. So there's going to be huge changes. Obviously, we're going to have random rolls, weapon randomization inside the game. So if you get 2 of the same gun, they could be different, which is pretty cool. There's going to be a mod system update. Obviously, it's going to dictate like how you make your setup, especially for raids and especially for the Crucible and stuff like that. There's going to be bulk shader deletion, bless the Lord. A new Crucible mode. I don't know if this is Gambit or if this is going to be like an actual Crucible mode. I don't know. 4 new Crucible maps and 200 additional vault slots, so we'll have 500 total vault space. There's going to be a lot more in-game lore, new bounties to achieve, which we have to figure out what bounties are first in the 1.2.3 update, and then power matters in Iron Banner and Trials, just like in Destiny 1. So the higher your power level, the better you're going to be. So if you want to be good in those activities, you need to be able to like grind the game out and actually hit max light. Alright guys, that is a summary of everything that I have heard and saw in the Forsaken trailer, the stream, and what Bungie News has to offer. If you guys want to help support me, there'll be a link below. Say best way to support me. I'll take you to a 4-minute video. If you want to go check that out, awesome. If you don't want to do that, you can always like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this video, turn on the notification bell next to subscribe if you want to be notified when I drop some new content on the channel. And then comment what you guys want to see below. Again, making content for you, so whatever you want to see, I'll try to get out there as quickly as possible. I'm definitely working on Polaris Lance. I definitely need it. But other than that, guys, if you want to go check out my Discord, there's a link below. It's a forever link. So if you want to join my Discord, awesome. We have a lot of things in there. We have a lot of LFG game chats. We have a lot of discussions that we could be having about not just Destiny or Destiny 2, but also the Division, Fortnite, the new Anthem game that's going to be coming out next spring. Like, there's going to be a bunch of things in there. If you want to go check that out, awesome. I'd very much appreciate it if you want to join. We already have some clan members that are actually in our D2 clan that are in it. So if you want to join it, it's free to join. You don't have to pay anything to get in. There's nothing specific you have to do. All you have to do is go to the link. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll catch you next time.